One of the unsung heroes along with browser style is user style. User style sheets have been around for a very long time, since the very early days of CSS, and have been implemented in browsers by users for a long time. User style exists for one very specific purpose, and that's accessibility, although people can use it not just for accessibility or special needs purposes, but for personal preferences as well. In this case, we're taking a look at worrisome.com, which is the page that you're going to be developing throughout this tutorial. As you can see, it has got a color palette that is mostly pink, and the contrast is good, but my eyes are aging. I don't know about you, but as I've aged, I find myself doing that thing that my mother used to do, holding the aspirin bottle way, way, way away from her eyes under a bright light so she can read. And I see myself doing that all the time and just think, oh my goodness, what's happened? With websites, it's very interesting to me. Designers tend to like small text, although I do believe that there's a trend away from that. One of the problems is if you sit in front of a screen all day and your eyes are aging or you do have a vision problem, having better contrast and having larger fonts is often something you might want. Having a style sheet that you can apply over the design of any website can assist with better contrast and changing font sizes as well as font styles, things like that, that will make the user experience more appropriate to your needs. So I wrote a small CSS file to change the text size and the font, as well as changing the link color to make the links more apparent. There are several ways now that I can apply my user style sheet on top of the design that we see in front of us. The way that I'm going to do it today is I'm going to use a feature within the web developer extension that I showed you before for Mozilla and Firefox. It runs across here, as you see. Under the CSS menu, we have a feature called Add User Style Sheet. So once I do that, it has opened up Finder for me, and I find my user CSS, and I open that, and voila! Suddenly, the browser has applied my style, and it is now styling the page that you created as the designer in a way that I can use more efficiently. So my text is larger, my font is a little different, and my links are really blue and higher contrast. And there is basically what a user style sheet can do for you. As I mentioned, user style has been around for a long time, and as a result, is implemented in almost every browser that you can imagine. IE has it for both Microsoft and Windows platform, Opera, Safari. Here you can see going into preferences, and I can go to the advanced tab and choose a user style sheet. And once I invoke that, then the same thing will occur when I load pages. My style will then be applied. User style sheets are very important to talk about because they are part of the cascade, and we will learn more about what that means in relation to other styles as we continue through this chapter and into Chapter 4. Next up, we'll take a look at author styles. Those are the styles that you create, and there are a variety of author styles, and that's when we really get started in looking at some of the issues that really will pertain to your day-to-day use of CSS and how you can use CSS as the designer, or in this case, the terminology is author, to make your sites as beautiful and vibrant as what you're seeing here.
One of the questions that I get asked a lot by designers is, why would we want to allow a user to override our designs? And really it comes down, I think, to the fundamental discussion about what it is that we're doing when we're designing for the web. And I think that the web is a different medium to anything that we've been designing for in the past, be it CD-ROM or be it print. And we really need to take into account much more the needs of the users and the people that are actually visiting our websites and their own personal preferences. So if somebody does have difficulty in reading small text, or they'd prefer to take away all of our background graphics and just have black text on white background, we shouldn't prevent them from doing that. In fact, we should make it easier within our style sheets to allow users to easily see what we're doing when we write CSS, so that it makes it easier for them to understand and to override any elements of design that they don't find particularly appealing.